Welcome to the Heart of Bastrop Talk Show. I'm TJ Finn.
And I'm Connie Schrader, Mayor of the City of Bastrop.
This is a special episode.
We get to talk about Corvette invasion.
Love it. Love it. Some of our good friends are here to talk about this year's amazing event that's going to go on. This is the third year. It's year 4, but the third event of Corvette invasion here in Bastrop because we have that little...
If you're going to be invaded in the city of Bastrop, you want to be invaded by Corvettes. We're here with Sean Jones, and that can only mean one thing, and that's Corvette invasion.
Yes.
Sean is forever in my heart because he actually let me drive his car on the COTA track.
Oh, it was a fun day.
That was an extremely fun day. I get asked about that when I go to career day and people say, what's the most fun you've ever had as mayor? And I say, I got to drive Sean Jones' Corvette on the COTA track. So
we love it.
We are getting ready for Corvette invasion.
Getting ready for Corvette invasion. This will be the 9th annual Corvette invasion, third time here in Bastrop. We're really excited. This year, gosh, they're filling it fast. We've had in 14 days, over 250 Corvettes registered from 7 states.
Well, they're waiting to find out when they can register because they always have so much fun.
And they do. So July 15th through the 17th this year, they can go to CorvetteInvasion.com and register their Corvette. And this is not just for Corvette owners. Anyone can come out. We invite all the public to come out and admire all these beautiful Corvettes.
I love it. And we already have a waiting list at the hotel because we're full.
Yes.
And so, we have a waiting list in case anybody decides not to come, like that's going to happen. A room might open up at the Hampton, but there's other hotels. We have beautiful hotels around here, and every one of them will fill up for Corvette invasion. It is the most amazing thing to see your parking lot full of nothing but Corvettes. And people, if some random person happens to come for some other reason, they're like, what are all these cars doing here? And it's just so exciting to watch their reaction. And I'm going to one-up your story about riding the Corvette.
I know what you're going to say, and it is a one-up.
It is. So last year, Sean set it up so that my grandson Liam and my husband Michael and myself and my dear friend Misty's son, we all rode the Wienermobile around the COTA track. And I'll tell you, that was an experience. And people on Facebook were like, how'd you get to do that? Well, you got to know the right people.
Got to know Sean Jones. That's how it works.
It's amazing. It's always a fun experience.
Well, and Glenn JD's had
oh, absolutely. He might have a little
too,
bit
so,
to do that with that.
So how many Corvettes will you let register?
Well, we're going to allow 350 registered for the car show.
Okay.
Now, we expect that weekend in Bastrop, somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 to 600 Corvettes will be in town. And they'll be coming in from all over the country. Right now we have folks from 7 different states, but our total registration, I believe in 2021, we had folks from 13 different states. So they did come up from all over, and for a lot of these people, this will be their first time here.
Well, I was going to say that. TJ and I, of course, never missed a year, and we kind of know how the weekend's going to go. But for those first-timers, why don't you tell them what they can expect over the weekend?
Sure. So on Friday night, we'll have a nice meet and greet for the people to come out, check out all the vendors. We'll have live music. We'll have food, drinks, all that good stuff. And then on Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., we'll have our big Corvette car show. And we'll give out awards probably around 1 o'clock. So we'll be done around 2 because we've got about 130 awards to hand out. So, and then on Sunday, we'll go out to the Circuit of the Americas, the only F1 track in the country, and we'll do fun little parade laps for a couple hours.
So I have to tell you that I was new to being a mayor, and Sean said, would you like to do a Mayor's Choice Award? And I was like, oh, absolutely. That sounds like so much fun. And I went home and told my husband, I get to do a Mayor's Choice. And he goes, yeah, you just get to make the other 349 people mad. I was like, oh, no, what have I done? But it is a lot of fun. And people are so proud of their cars. And I'm always amazed at the different Corvette groups that come together to the show.
So we have a lot of clubs that are represented that do come out. They'll pre-meet somewhere and they'll have their own little gathering, and then they'll caravan in together. It's really cool to see that many Corvettes rolling down the highway together. So.
And on Saturday, if you're in the general public, it doesn't cost anything to walk around and check out some great cars.
All the cars, from each of the generations. So from the early 1953 to the new 2022.
It's so impressive, and to think it's free, guys. What is better than free? You can bring the kids out. You should see, Connie, those kids' faces. I'm sure you saw them looking at those cars, and they were just, parents are probably like, "Don't look at that because you ain't get one." but I tell you, it's amazing. I know Liam, and at the time he was only 4, but he was just like, and I just thought it was so cute, and it's a great family event. It's just an amazing event that we really appreciate you bringing this to Bastrop every year. And people talk about this all year long. It only happens over one weekend, but it's a topic of conversation amongst Bastropians and people in Bastrop County for all year.
Right, and it does bring a lot of money to the local economy. I think the end of the report last year, they said somewhere around $620,000 to the local economy here. So
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic. And I know it's a ton of work, but I know you don't do all of it by yourself. You've got some help. Who's one of your biggest helpers?
So Glenn Judice, he's one of my biggest helpers. He's my right-hand man, and he's always there for me, supporting me and helping me get the vendors and the car show people, and he handles the judging and all kinds of things. So,
TJ, we ought to talk to Glenn.
Let's do it.
We're always happy to have visitors in Bastrop and for them to be able to come to the Corvette Invasion and share their passion and learn about the community of Bastrop. It's just great for everyone. We had a great time in 2021 and we're already looking forward to 2022.
I just want to thank everyone for being here for the Corvette Invasion. We're so happy to say hello to some new visitors, some old friends, and some locals to be here to enjoy such a great event.
I think it's an awesome thing that they're doing. I think they motivate the young kids. Awesome. I'm from DFW, Kings and Queens Corvette Club, out of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas.
I hope everybody had a great time at the annual Corvette Invasion. We're looking forward to coming to Bastrop in 2022.
The 2022 Bastrop County Buyers and Builders Convention is now open for vendor registration. This 2-day event is held September 17th and 18th at the Bastrop Convention Center. Bastrop County has experienced unprecedented growth and development. If you're part of this booming industry, this is not a show you'll want to miss. Go to our website at thebcboa.com to sign up. Sponsored by the Heart of Texas Chamber and Visit Bastrop. So we're here with Glenn Judice. We brought him on.
Sean's right-hand man.
Yes.
that's what he says.
So I have to say that Glenn and I are from the same hometown area. So it was an instant connection, like at this home. Glenn, you have the greatest personality. I don't think I've met anybody ever with as great a personality. And everybody who meets him just absolutely loves him. So, you're a big part of what goes on that weekend. And when you weren't here last time, boy, the last time you guys had an event here at the hotel, everybody, where's Glenn? Where's Glenn? So you are going to be at Corvette Invasion this year.
Sure will.
Perfect.
So what's your favorite part of the weekend?
Just meeting all the folks from out of town and everywhere. Actually, local people. It's funny, I know more local people than I do back where I'm from. But no, it's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing the show. Love people winning those awards. That's something because some of them jump up and down and holler, and some just stroll along. But it's exciting. I love it. And I love the town of Bastrop. I'll tell you what, I've been kind of looking for homes around there.
Yeah, we've been trying to get him down here. We'll get to stick the mayor on you. She'll get you down here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Glenn's never met a stranger, and if you've been to the Corvette Invasion, you will see Glenn hanging out, taking care of folks. So on Saturday, the judging. Talk to us about judging.
Well, I don't do much of it. I just get a team together, kind of get there what they want to do and I want to do. Like I said, it's a team effort.
What kind of categories do you have?
Well, we do a top 100,
Okay.
and then we do a top 1 through CA, C1 through CA. So there's 8 awards there. We do a mayor's choice, police chief. I can't remember the other 2. I think Susan Smith does one for Visit Bastrop, and there's one more. I don't remember what it was.
So Glenn set it up last year where, in honor of my daughter, Liam got to give away the Liam Langley Choice Award, and that was so touching to me. My daughter was really excited about Corvette Invasion, and she passed away before she was able to go. And so Liam has this little Wienermobile pictures and everything's still on his wall. And it was a big part of that. And, we always talk about, we're like, it's almost time for Corvette Invasion. And of course, my son Dylan, you guys, the first year that I worked with you guys, they set Dylan up with this, what was it, Derek, right?
King.
Derek King, great guy, took Dylan around the track, and Dylan said, and for those of you who don't know, Dylan has spina bifida and hydrocephalus, and anyway, so he got to ride in the Corvette, and he got done, and he said, that was a check on my bucket list. That was a lot of fun. So you guys give back in so many ways. You're both amazing people. And boy, if you haven't experienced Corvette Invasion, it's fun, right? We have
Yes.
such a good time.
I will say one thing. We moved to the bastrop 3 years ago. Like I said, 1 year we had to skip because of
The bid.
the virus. So other than that, since we moved here, we very seldom have a complaint. Hotels, anything. Everybody's pretty happy. And I think all the city people are very happy too, from what I can see. So it's a joint venture for everybody.
$650,000 economic impact. Yeah, we happy.
Very good.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Glenn, and thanks for all you do to help Sean and help Corvette Invasion in Bastrop this July in 2022.
Absolutely. And hey, before you go, what's this Garage Old Spirits here? I think that might be a Corvette sponsor. Maybe we should talk to that guy.
Garage Old Spirits American Badass Whiskey presents the Sizzling Summer Nights Concert Series, June 18th, July 16th, and August 20th at Community Gardens in Bastrop, Texas. The series kicks off with American Idol's Bo Bice, with performances by Jay Edwards and local artist Winter Dawn. Check our lineup and get your tickets now at sizzlingsummer.com.
So we're here with Ron Stone with Garage Old Spirits American Badass Whiskey. And I have to say that I knew about him long before I met him because I listened to Todd Dodd every morning and I heard his voice every day on the radio talking about this amazing brand that he was going to be bringing to the public.
It is the best name for any whiskey.
Ever! And it goes great with Corvette Invasion. You're a sponsor of Corvette Invasion. This is amazing. Are people actually going to be able to sample the whiskey at Corvette Invasion?
Yes, they are. And that's a funny thing about those type of events. I built this imagery, this retro Americana hot rod theme, so that I could immediately start a new brand new company and get an audience that was already available to me. So I said, okay, I'll go to all the car shows, all the car events, the car races, and those people will already be in love with my product because it fits right in their lifestyle, right? So I knew that's what I wanted to do, and so as I started to come about getting the whiskey out there, I started contacting who was doing all the car shows, and one name came up, Sean Jones, and so I've been talking with him for over 3 years, and now we're doing our first deal together, which is the Corvette Invasion, and it's going to be a smashing success, and yes, they'll get to come over there to our booth, get a little thimbleful of 21 years old, drinking some whiskey, and then we'll tell them where they can go to get it. So that's how we'll promote it through that. But it'd be a great venue for us.
So you were telling me that the brand is Garage Oil,
Right.
And then this spirit is, of course, Badass Whiskey. And some people will be like, whiskey, that's a little too tough for me. But you said this is a special kind of whiskey.
So I took a year. I didn't know it was going to take a year. I didn't know how long it was going to take. I developed a flavor profile where I used my restaurant experience. So I was also in that business for a long time, and I'm a pretty good chef. Anyway, I was good with flavors. So I decided that I would create a profile that would support the natural flavors of whiskey and give them a really, like almost like if you were spicing a steak, let's say you're going to add spices. You're not going to add so much you cover it up, you're going to enhance it, right? So I enhanced the natural flavors, and I was able to figure out how to pull down the burn. So this whiskey can be drunk by novices who can't drink it or never have drank it, and by professional drinkers who
So if somebody just wants to try a sip, it's not going to burn all the way down. And in fact, they may decide they need another sip.
Well, that's why it's kind of dangerous. Because you do start going, well, I could just do more of that.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
it's still liquor. It's still got, it's not like it's Kool-Aid, but for a whiskey, oh my gosh, it's smooth. And I'm coming up with a line of mixers as well. So let's say you just want to cut the edge even more. Man, let me tell you about the first one we're doing. It's called the Badass Arita.
You, TJ.
That sound like me.
And so have you ever had a margarita made with whiskey? Probably not, right?
No.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to be the guy to capture that audience and maybe kind of kick tequila a little bit to the side in the margarita, because they own that space, right?
Certainly.
So this Badass Arita, because this flavor profile has such a, like you smelled it, right? You haven't drank it yet, but you can smell the floral notes in there. It works beautifully in a mixed cocktail like no other whiskey. So that's why I can create an actual margarita style drink with whiskey, and yet you're still drinking something cooler. Like margaritas they're kind of passe. I've been drinking them for, I was born with a bottle of it in my mouth. I don't know, but these whiskey versions, this will be the new kind of frontier for drinking something called the Badass Arita.
Wow.
And if you're the place to drink, that's why you're checking out all the Corvettes.
All the Corvettes. And isn't it such like a perfect mix where you have the people that are in that lifestyle that will go to a car event, that'll go to a barbecue cook-off, that'll go to like when you guys do your city events.
Right.
Sizzling Summer Nights is coming
That's
out.
right.
All that type of thing. This lends itself perfectly to that environment where people are out to have a good time, to experience new things, and just enjoy the day, right? Like, we have so many issues that we all deal with on a daily basis that just suck, that is just hard, and we all need this respite from that. Well, that lifestyle, those things, this whiskey, that's how we can have some fun.
Just take a little edge off,
Take
spend
a
some
edge.
time with some friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a million people who buy this bottle of whiskey, even if they don't drink whiskey, because of this amazing bottle.
You think that's cool?
It is the coolest liquor bottle I've ever seen.
I know. And
I love it.
And who doesn't like to say badass? I mean,
Badass,
you
yeah.
showed me your little bag over there. What's it say?
No, that was your
That's your
bag.
bag. Oh, your bag. What's it say? You want to tell me that, man? I'm just a mayor of
So it's a gift.
It's a in her own right.
Well,
Definitely a badass.
our mayor is badass. If you don't believe that, you don't live in Bastrop. Because she is a badass. And
Yeah.
let's talk about what a badass is, because you and I have talked about
Oh,
what
yeah.
is a badass.
Okay, so here's the garage roll version of a badass. In fact, one of my radio commercials that runs on KLBJ talks about that. What we're going to do is we're going to take that name badass, and we're going to take it from maybe the whole time it was a movie, the guy in the movies that was punching people out was the badass.
James Dean kind of.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're going to brand badass as the person that you can count on the most to get the job done, who stay the extra hours. In fact, I want to do a commercial where we've got like a Hollywood badass that you'd all recognize, who says, you might think I'm a badass, but let me tell you who I think a badass is. That nurse in an emergency room,
There you go.
working 24 hours, and in the 24th hour she's still saving lives, that's a badass.
Yeah.
Those type of people that get out in life and they make your life and life better in general because they'll just put in the work, they're badasses. And in our own rights, we all want to be the badass in the good way. So that's how we're going to brand American Badass Whiskey, is that you are the one that's loyal, we can count on you, you'll get the job done, and then we'll go out and party together and have a good time.
I think Sean Jones and Glenn Giudice are two
Are
badasses. Absolutely.
Yes.
So I want to say, Garage Old Spirits American Badass Whiskey is sponsoring the Sizzling Summer Nights concert series. And the first concert, which is Jay Edwards, Winter Dawn, our local talent. Jay Edwards is coming in from Nashville, and then Bo Bice from American Idol are performing the night of Corvette Invasion. So it's going to be a fun, packed weekend here. American Badass Whiskey is going to be there. You're going to be able to get buy drinks from the American Badass Whiskey at Community Gardens, which is where it's going to be held. So it is going to be a fun, packed weekend, I tell you.
Concert, Corvettes, friends, family, and badass whiskey.
And we are loving what's going on in Bastrop. So we started in the North Austin area, and you got to think of us like this little company, the little engine that could, like that ink in the water and start growing. Well, so now we're starting to grow our footprint. Well, now we're getting down here in your guys' area.
Right.
And I love the vibe down here. So we're already in some of your local places,
Yes,
like
602.
602 on
That's
Main.
where I saw the bottle for the first time.
If you've seen the bottle and you need one at home, you go buy Twin Liquors.
And Twin Liquors right on 71.
Yes.
And did you know that, so we were recently on in a NASCAR event. We sponsored our first NASCAR Xfinity for the Coda race.
Yes.
And so that night, I took the team out over to 602 Main.
Yes.
And the drink special of the night was the American Badass Old Fashioned. And I bought everybody in the restaurant a drink of it. So we got to get out
Got all the
here.
people now addicted to American Badass.
That's the point. That's the point. Also, your guys' really great local golf course here, Lost Pines.
At Wolf Dancer.
Yeah, we're over there in their clubhouse. So we're starting to infiltrate your area, and we just want to bring some happiness and joy down here to Bastrop through Garage Oil.
Well, we appreciate you not only trying to grow your business, which of course will include helping all of the economy, but giving back to the community and sponsoring events is very much appreciated.
Well, and we're big on that. In fact, I've mentioned to you, I'm trying to put together a charity event whereby, and this is going to be part of our history from now on with our company, is I'm really big in saying that whatever we get as a company in terms of growth and finances, we always need to use that for good in the world, right?
Right.
And so the first thing we're going to do is, I'm just an animal lover to death. My 3 pups are my real children. And anyway, so I'm talking to Tammy about this. We might try to put together an aspect of the Sizzling Summer Nights whereby we can raffle off a car, and then that money all goes to a charity for a no-kill shelter for animals. So we're trying to do good things too, not just get people happy.
So he calls me and says, how else can we help people? That is what a badass is.
There you go.
So you are the original badass.
You got to walk the walk and talk the talk.
That's all right.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's amazing. I'm so glad you came with us today, and I will see you at Corvette Invasion, and I will see you at the Sizzling Summer Nights concert.
And I feel outmatched with these 2 beautiful women here just killing it on camera. Thank you.
Garage Oil Spirits American Badass Whiskey presents the Sizzling Summer Nights Concert Series, June 18th, July 16th, and August 20th at Community Gardens in Bastrop, Texas. The series kicks off with American Idol's Bo Bice, with performances by Jay Edwards and local artist Winter Dawn. Check our lineup and get your tickets now at sizzlingsummer.com.
Well, what an amazing show. I'm excited. for
I am
Corvette
so
Invasion.
excited. And we've known Sean Jones.
Yes, Glenn Judice, and then
Ron
Ron Stone with the American Badass Whiskey.
Oh my
I love
goodness.
it.
Garage Oil. I
Garage
love
Oil
that.
Spirits. Yeah, it's amazing, and I know that he has some exciting stuff coming in the future. Not only with the mixers, like what did he call it? The
Badass-arita.
Oh my God, I'm so excited about that. But he's also have new products, maybe some vodka in the future. I mean, who knows what they're going to do. This company is young and it's growing, and it's amazing. I am going to be following everything they do.
Well, and I am so pleased the hard work that Sean and Glenn do. They change our city over that weekend.
They really do. And they've made so many friends here that when they come here, they feel like they're home.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't think Glenn's ever met a stranger in his life.
No. And I tell you, those guys are near and dear to me. And I appreciate everything that they do for Bastrop and this amazing event that they put on every year. And I'm so excited that American Badass Whiskey is going to be a part of it. And then, of course, don't miss that Sizzling Summer Nights concert series. And you can get your tickets, Connie, by going to Sizzling with an N, sizzlingsummer.com. And then you can also, of course, not miss an episode of the Heart of Bastrop Talk Show by going to theheartofbastrop.com.
I know where you and I will be in July, and I know that we want to see you out at the Corvette Invasion.
Absolutely. And also, guys, it's our last episode, so we'll catch you on season 5.